Well, we knew we had a difficult task. We had heard rumors yesterday that they might be missing some guys, but obviously you lose Greg Brown and you lose Kai Jones and you lose Cunningham, three experienced guys. It would be a tough chore to recover from them, but there's, basically their starting lineup is still there. You got guys coming off the bench. Hepa started against us last year in the past. Fabres has started against us. Donovan Williams has started against us. So they have pretty good depth. I thought their guard play was really good. Obviously, we're 12-12, I believe, and then they go on an 18-0 run on us. We knew we'd have trouble with their half-court defense. They're able to switch and guard a lot of, when you got Jericho Sims that can guard your point guard and stay in front of you, or your two guard, it puts you in a little bit of a bind. You got to have somebody step up and make a play. But I knew that would be tough. I did not think we would struggle with their press. And, just those 3-4 turnovers against the press led to layups. Then they beat us in transition, and then they go 7 for 14 or something at halftime from three. So you just mix it in, and you got a big deficit to come back. Again, credit to our guys. They did not quit. They battled. We talked about getting assists in the second half. We had 2 assists at halftime. We got 10 assists second half. We shot 57%. When we moved the basketball and we play together and share the basketball, we're not a bad team. But when we try to do stuff on our own, we're not old enough to do that. You got a guy like Coleman who's probably started more games than all our players combined. So they, Ramey, all those guys, they've been through it. Jericho, it's a tough task for us, but all we can do is our best. Obviously, we've had a bunch of issues to deal with, and it was great to get Luke in the game. It was great to get Antonio a little time back. He hadn't been in 21 days. Surrey didn't practice for 8 days, practiced yesterday and played. So you just got to make the best of it. I hope our guys keep their spirit up and hope we keep improving. That was the message at halftime. Let's get better in the second half. And obviously that's not a consolation, but we did make improvement. Now you got a quick turnaround with Oklahoma. Get back late tonight. Short practice tomorrow. Early morning practice on Monday, and get on a bus, go down there. You got obviously a team that just beat TCU by 40. So they got to be feeling pretty good without Manick, without Hill, that they're able to do that. So hopefully we can step up and play with some little more patience, a little better pace, and not have that panic like we had in that one stretch.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start with a question from Tim Fitzgerald.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned that they kind of got away from you. I think it got up to 28 points there in the second half. I'm not looking for moral victories here, but the way you guys finished down the stretch to get it to 15, there was no quit, and that's got to be a good thing to see.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I told the guys, but again, I just told Wyatt and Stan, there's no consolation. We didn't come here to say, hey, you didn't quit and you got back into it. We got to be better. We all have to be better, and we got to take responsibility. It starts with me. It starts with our staff, and down through the older guys. They all got to be better, and we got to listen. We have to stay together, and we got to keep improving. And hopefully, as we slowly but surely get bodies back, we can play the way we should play, and we need to play. But right now you just keep battling, hanging in there, doing your best with what the situation is.
And that press they threw at you, probably good your team saw, but it was awfully disruptive, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And it wasn't. I mean, it's not like it used to be. Shaka's teams, that was their thing. And they do it to disrupt you. But obviously, we thought as a staff that they were going to come at us. We did practice against it, even though it didn't look like it. we just, Mike made the first turnover. Rudy made another turnover. I'm not sure if Selton threw one away. You combine that with then some transition, some bad possessions. And that's where, we just need somebody to man up and help us, break the spurt. Oklahoma State, it's a 10-1 spurt at the end of the half. Those are the times where somehow we got to execute a little better, man up on the defense and make a play, get a rebound, and have a good execution on the other end to give ourselves a chance to stay in games.
And what did you see from Luke tonight?
I mean, this is a young man that hasn't played basketball since last March. He beat Davion to go to the Final Four, and then they didn't play the Final Four. Really has probably practiced with the team 5 days, maybe 4 or 5 days. This is since he got here. So we just wanted to get him some minutes, and we talked to his parents. I probably went too many. I told them 6 or 8. Just want to get him in there and get a feel of it. And same thing, with some of the other guys. You brought it up a couple. I don't know if it was the last teleconference or whatever, but because of the situation, we've been able to get some guys experience, and that's all you hope each time they get a little better and make some improvement.
Is this a situation where a kid like that probably doesn't see the floor if it's not for the unique nature of this season?
Yeah,
in this game?
It's this late in the season. You're probably going to redshirt him.
Mm-hmm.
I would not play him and make him waste a year. But obviously you get the year back. So now if he can get some minutes and get a little confidence and get a feel of it and help us, it's great for him and for our team and our future.
Thanks, Coach.
Next question to Kellis Robinette.
One more on Luke here. What is his ceiling this year? We didn't even get to see him take a shot today. Once he gets his feet under him and everything.
I was gonna, when he was at 8 minutes or 6 minutes or something, I was gonna take him out, and I told the coaches, I know I probably shouldn't have, but let's get him a shot. I was hoping we get a shot. They went zone, and we were hoping that get a shot up. But again, the ceiling right now is just get experience. And I thought he had a good week of practice. He did some good things, but it's a whole different thing to go out here and play against some of the elite guards in the country, a team that's experienced and really good. So but it's got to help him. He is smart. He's got a little toughness, got a little moxie to him, and and he knows the game. I think that's one of his biggest attributes.
And maybe it's hard to tell on TV, but it seemed like finishing at the rim was just a challenge at times for your guys. Was that something they were doing on defense, or just some mistakes they were making on offense?
Well, that's one, we finally got to the free throw line in the second half. We went at them, and I said it's our worst nightmare. I just told Stan and Wyatt, I told them before the game, with their switching defense with us, we don't have the go-to guy that can just go make a play and take somebody and stop the bleeding. And we went at them, but they're pretty talented, and Jericho's an elite athlete. They got some other guys that are pretty quick and athletic, and their power and strength and explosion just makes it difficult for us to finish. And that was, we talked about it all week, and we worked on it in our individual workouts, taking the ball to them, putting your shoulder into them to give you a chance to either get a hoop or at least get to the free throw line.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Travel safe.
Yep.
Next question to Michael Goins.
Yeah, Bruce, how was Dejuan Gordon's ankle, and did you play him more minutes than you anticipated?
Yeah, probably he might have tweaked it on one of his last drives. He probably didn't have the explosion. Again, a credit to Luke Sauber and Dejuan. On Sunday, it was double the size, and he couldn't walk. He had to be on crutches for a couple days. Literally 6 to 8 hours of treatment for Sunday and Monday. Got him at least where he was running in the pool on Tuesday, got some shots up on Wednesday, practiced a little bit on Thursday. We had to back off. It was really sore and in pain on Friday, so he didn't do anything live, and that's why we didn't start him. And maybe matchup wise too with Tony, but he has a big heart. He cares. He wants to do well. I just hope we didn't overdo it. And I want to, he wants to stay in the game and he gets mad, but at the same time, it was just like on practice on Thursday. I said, get out. And he goes, no, I'm fine. Well, then the next day he's not fine. So hopefully we didn't overdo it.
And at full strength, to see that slashing guy that can be the run stopper.
Yeah, I hope he can, I thought we attacked some closeouts better in the second half. Got to the hoop. Rudy missed one. We shot 57 second half and still missed a couple of easy ones. But I thought the ball movement was great. The assists were much better. And I sat on the bench and I started a little chant. I want assists. I want assists. And they just kind of looked at me like I was crazy. But that's the only way we're gonna have a chance to be successful.
And what was the biggest issue in locating their shooters in that first half stretch?
Well, they're just good. I thought we did a great job preparation. They beat us in transition. The press hurt us, but in the half court, they just make the right reads. They share it. Ramey's a young man that I look on the year in the league. I think he has 11 assists and he gets 9 assists. And that, he lost himself to the team and made the right plays, the right reads, and made the extra pass, the next pass. And it always helps to make the threes. And, we had some threes early that I thought were pretty good, and then we missed them, and then we forced some threes. But at least we settled down and shot a little better and didn't force as many in the second half.
And you mentioned getting to the line. Is that aggressive play, something that you're continuing to encourage?
Yeah, it's got to be. If we haven't shot free throws, and I can't. I guess I complain to the rest, but some of it's us. And you got to play strong you got to go through the guy to get a chance at a foul. You can't fade away and think that this is grown man basketball. This is Big 12 basketball. If you get bumped at 8 feet and then fade away, they're not calling a foul. These guys, you got to play strong and take the ball to the hoop. I hopefully we learned something tonight and did a little better with that.
Thank you, Bruce.
Next question to Grant Flanders.
Hey, Coach. Casey, how's he coming along? Do you think he can be back for next game? And how important will he be for the depth of that?
Well, he gives us a physical presence, and I hope there's a chance he'll be there Tuesday. I would think by next Saturday. He went from the running in the pool to the individual workouts to last week being a little bit involved in practice. Again, at this point in the season, I can't push him. I want him. He's got to be confident in his knee, because the worst thing could happen if he's not ready and we push it. But he definitely could give us some physicality and explosiveness and maturity and a lot of different things. And hopefully it'll be nice to get him back sooner than later.
And I feel like you've talked about this, in the last press conference, but how proud of you are you of your team and your staff and everyone involved, just being able to keep the spirits high through this adversity?
Yeah, you just gotta, we have, what are we up to now? 14 games. There's a lot of people that aren't anywhere near that, half of that. So a credit to our guys, and it's not exactly the record we want, but we have gotten experience. Now we got to use the experience to get better. And I love our guys. They care. The effort is there, but now the mental part, the learning the game, and that's why you go against these experienced guards, Baylor's guards, these teams you played against. Learn from them. And if you learn from them, that's going to help you get better as the next time we face them, help us get better, as we move forward in the season and then hopefully in the future.